Hello guys, welcome to a new video. This is not a tutorial. A tutorial of this animation would take very long time, so we'll go through the steps that I went through myself to make this complex animation, mixing, rigging and frame per frame techniques in Blender 3. So the first thing was that I decided that I didn't need a full rig for this sheep. I just wanted to animate the head and the tail, so I created a simple rig of just 4 bones, 2 for the neck and head and 2 for the tail. If you go here, B bones, you can see, look at these big bones. Select everything and then hit I think Control Alt S, like this. You see that I'm using bendy bones for the neck and head and also for the tail. So back to object mode, let's select our object. For the eye and mouth, I just wanted a simple animation. If we go to top sheet, grease pencil, we have a blinking eye here in the eye layer, and in the mouth layer here a mouth that is closed and then that opens. So you just need to draw a closed mouth in like frame 1 and then an open mouth in like frame 2. The same for the eye, an open eye in frame 1 and closed eye in frame 2, and then you can duplicate your frames like you can see here and have a lot of blinks and a lot of opened and closed mouths. So you need also to sync your opening of the mouth with the animation of the head bones. So you can have here like top sheet again, action editor, select your bones or your armature here and see how these bones animate. Here you can hit this button here to see all the keyframes. Go here to mouth and you see that in the same time that the head bones start animating, you see that the mouth opens and then at the end of the animation the mouth closes again. And if you go to video sequencer, you see too that the bar sounds starts also with this animation. So I think the most complex thing is the timing of all these things, all the rigging, all the frame per frame animation, and also the sounds effects here. We then have the wool animation. So when the shears come, the wool starts going away. So if you select our sheep object again and go again to grease pencil, you see that in the wool layer here we have 4 states of wool. So the first one is here in frame 1, that is full wool, and then the second state, let's hide these wool 1 and wool 2 layers, hide the shears too. So here we have less wool and then less wool again, and then no wool at all. These frames also you can draw like on frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4, and then you can move these frames just with your mouse or with G, move them wherever you want to put them. For the animation of the tail here, I just created a quick action of the tail just going up and down, and then here we are in non-linear animation. You will need to push down your action. This is my action, it's called just sheep tail, and then to repeat it here, so if you go here you hit N to get this menu, you go to strip and then you go all the way down here to action clip, and there is this repeat value here, it's repeated 50 times. So we have a loop of the tail going down and up, and we don't have to touch it anymore, it's doing its stuff automatically. Now for the shears. So the shears is a separate object, a separate rigged object. This object is just hidden here outside the camera view, and then there's an animation of the whole object here. So you go again to top sheet, action editor, you can see here object transform. So the whole object goes from the bottom, goes here and start moving like this, and then the bones here that you can see, we have 4 bones. Start animating and closing and opening the shears to have this animation. Of course, everything is synced also with audio here, with the sound of the shears that you can see, the sound of the scissors here. If we go to our rig here, we can see that we have just 4 bones, just 2 bones that are duplicated here, one named hand, one named blade, and then hand 1 and blade 2. This object is parented to the rig, and we have these vertex groups. And if we go to weight paint mode, we can see how I painted these different parts of the shears or the scissors. So this is a very simple rig and very simple animation. Next we have this ball of wool that goes from here and then goes down here. You can see that the ball of wool is just hidden also outside the camera view, and then from one frame to another it goes suddenly here. It's just when the shears cut through the wool, we get a wool ball here, and at the same time also the wool changes from being full to being partly full. So you see, everything is about the timing. The timing is not perfect here, but the illusion is there. Anyways, so this ball will go here, and then there's another ball that is created here. It's another layer, it's called here wool 2, as you can see. And our ball that came from here, also from one frame to another, will go outside camera view, and this ball will get bigger and bigger. So when the other ball will go suddenly again, here is supposed to be another ball of wool, and it goes again down, and this ball in the ground gets bigger, and again it happens and it gets bigger again. And if we go here to grease pencil, to wool 2, you can see that we have 3 states of this ball. So this one small, and this one a little bigger, and this one that is the biggest ball of wool, and both balls are rigged. I didn't create the bones for these balls when I created the 4 other bones, but I added them later. So that is something that is possible to do in Blender. To do so, you need to go to edit mode, and then you can select one of the bones, like this one for example, and then duplicate it and put it wherever you want and change its name. So here we have 2 bones, we have wool and then we have wool 001. And when you add your new bones, you need to go to your object. So go to object mode, select your object, and go to the vertex group panel here and add a new group and give it the same name that you named your bone. And if we go to vertex paint mode, you can see that our ball is painted here in wool, and in wool 001 the other ball is painted, and also the other states. So the second ball is painted and the third ball is painted too. Don't forget that. I could have just kept these balls on the ground without any rigging, but I wanted to have this bouncing effect of this ball, so I added a bone to these balls too. So I think this is it. Let's disable overlays. So these were my tips for today. This is a personal project for a kids video that I'm making, but if you want this file, I made it available for you for $7 in my Gumroad account. That is if you want to support the channel and my work here. So thank you for watching, and see you in another video. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you later. Peace!